Good evening, welcome back to my home for another pandemic live video tour show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I was thinking earlier today that it's a little bittersweet doing these. I really enjoy playing them for you, and I'm having a really good time trying to pick interesting songs and make cool little set lists and feature different things, but I really miss being out there playing for an actual audience, so hopefully that'll come sooner rather than later, but in the meantime we can do this. It's better than nothing. I'm going to start with a song from an album I made in 2017 called Driftin', and this song is called You Talk Too Much. I wrote this, I was playing a show in Marietta, Ohio, and I played a little pizza pub there, just a quiet little place, maybe 20 people there. It was a good show, everything's going great. And I looked down to play a solo, and I looked up, or to play like an instrumental, I think. And I looked up, and the place was packed. I mean, like, it went from 20 to 100 people in the space of a 3-minute song. And I thought, I've made it. This is it. I've broken Marietta wide open. I didn't even know this many people lived in Marietta. But they pretty much ignored me for my entire set and all talked to each other. And I found out after the show that they were all there. They had just come from a high school reunion, and they were all just, it was like an after party for them. They were really nice to me. A lot of them came up and bought CDs and said nice things to me, but it was a very odd show. And this song isn't about that at all, but I did go back to my hotel and write this song that night. So this is called You Talk Too Much. Okay. You Talk Too Much. Interestingly, that is also the first song that I ever wrote on this guitar, this Fender Roosevelt guitar. I'm going to do another original tune. This is from a long time ago. This was written and recorded for an album that I made in, I think, about 2005. maybe even a little earlier, maybe more like 2000, called Midlife Crisis. And this song is called Thinking About a Train Wreck. And I re-recorded it for an album I made in 2008 called New End of the World Blues. Very different version from this. And then at some point I went back to playing it the way I played it on the original record. So this is an old one. It's been around a while. I've been playing it for a long time. I wrote this, it was 2000, because I wrote this around the time when there was that anthrax scare, not too long after 9/11. So it was 2001, 2002, something like that. And for some reason this came out of that. It's not about that at all, but that's the time I wrote it. Anyway, this is called Thinking About a Train Wreck. When I'm thinking about a train wreck, thinking about driving off the rails. When I'm thinking about a train wreck, thinking about driving off the rails. Always gets me moving when everything else seems to fail. When I'm thinking about a downpour, thinking about standing in the rain. When I'm thinking about a downpour, thinking about standing in the rain. I'm thinking about you, and when will I see you again? Might be a private detective. Will your kiss fire in my hand? Not gonna join the cause. Many and many I'll just go join the band. Well, anything you want and tell about it, I'm your man. When I'm thinking about a postcard, thinking about no return address. When I'm thinking about a postcard, thinking about no return address. Thinking how can I explain how to make this such a mess? Might be a private detective. Will your kiss fire in my hand? Not gonna join the cause. Maybe and maybe I'll just go join the band. When anything you want and I'm down about it, I'm your man. When I'm thinking about a train wreck, thinking about driving off the rails. When I'm thinking about a train wreck, thinking about driving off the rails. Always gets me moving when everything else seems to fail. All right, Thinking About a Train Wreck. I'm going to try one that I didn't actually plan on playing tonight. I do usually do a little rehearsal before I record these, and I didn't rehearse this at all. One of the great songwriters of the 50s, the early blues and rock and roll era, the early electric blues and rock and roll era, is Willie Dixon. And this song was made famous by Howlin' Wolf, but written by Willie Dixon. And I just think it's one of the great songs. I'm a little red rooster, too lazy to crow the day. I'm a little red rooster, too lazy to crow the day. Keep everything in the barnyard upset every way. The dogs begin to bark, the hounds they begin begin to howl. The dogs begin to bark. The hounds, they begin to howl. If you see my red rooster, little red rooster's on the prowl. If you see my red rooster, please drive him home. If you see my red rooster, please drive him home. Watch out, strange cat people. Little red rooster's on the prowl. All right, Little Red Rooster. Another one of the great songwriters from the 50s. Rock and roll, early electric blues period, and really just one of the great songwriters ever is, of course, Mr. Chuck Berry. My two favorite Chuck Berry songs from a songwriting perspective are Memphis, which I played a couple weeks ago on here, and this one, which is called Let It Rock. And there's just something about this story of a train coming to crash this sort of sharecroppers party. It's just a really powerful lyric. So this is called Let It Rock. In the heat of the day, down in Bogle, Alabama, walking on a riddle with a steel dropping hammer. Gotta get some money, buy some brand new shoes. Gotta find somebody, talk away these blues. She don't love the time singing in the sun. Bad days coming when my work is all done. Hey, in the heat of when the sun is singing low, I'll be out waiting for the whistle to blow. Sitting in the TV, right on the tracks, rolling them bones till the foreman come back. Pack up your belongings, start to scatter about. We got a high smoke train, 2 miles out, roll on. Alright, this is a big set tonight. I'm going to do one more. 5 songs, no waiting. Right before I came to record this, I found out that the Rolling Stones have a new single out today. It's called Ghost Town, I think. Something like that. Super, super cool song. Go check it out. It's everywhere. But that got me thinking about the Rolling Stones, and it got me thinking about this song. This is a song that my live shows, I almost always end the evening with. I would say probably 90% of the time. And the reason I do is because I feel really lucky to get to do this. I feel lucky that I know how to play guitar, and I feel lucky that people like you are good enough to sometimes listen to me play guitar and sing and listen to the songs I write and buy the records I make and all that. I just feel really lucky. But it's also, today, it makes a little difference because, I don't know, there's a lot of noise on Facebook and on the internet about how with all of these stay-at-home orders and these social distancing restrictions that somehow our rights are being infringed on, that somehow we're being oppressed by these. And that's not really what it is. It's taking care of each other. You know, we don't want other people to get sick. We don't want to get sick. We want this to go as smoothly as possible. We don't want to overwhelm the hospitals with sick people and have someone else who maybe has a heart attack or some other health condition not be able to get the care that they need. So it's really just about helping each other out. And even though I'm stuck at home, and so are you, I still feel pretty free most of the time. And we live in a great country. Sometimes I think that people think that only one side of the political aisle thinks this is a great country, and I don't think that's true. I think there's patriots on both sides. And I think both sides of the aisle, political aisle, not both sides of every argument. But anyway, this song's called I'm Free, and that's, I guess, a little bit about why I'm playing it tonight. So it goes like this. Free to do what I want any old time. Free to do what I want any old time. Love me, hold me, love me, hold me, 'cause I'm free any old time to do what sing my song, though it gets out of tune. Free to sing my song, you know it gets out of tune. Love me, hold me, love me, hold me, 'cause I'm free any old time to do what I want. Free to please you, I choose any old time. Free to choose who I please, hey, any old time. Love me, hold me, love me, hold me, 'cause I'm free any old time to do what I want. Free to do what I want. I'm free to do what I want. I'm free to do what I want any old time. Okay, thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your evening with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you again on Saturday. Have a great night.